Welcome to the Rebel stream of Super Best Friends Watch, Super Best Watch Friends. Link to the Discord in the description. Before I keep on forgetting to mention that at the end of the streams, that the link to the Single Best Watch Friends Discord server is in the description. So please come and join us. We have a great time. Wolfgang, hello again. Yes, in Mexico still. But how are you? How are you doing? Oh, you're gonna show us a shirt. What does it say there?
The outfit.
Oh, Amin, very bad. Would not recommend. Okay.
But I
Yeah,
love it.
you got a little heart there. Yeah, yeah. Amin couldn't make it tonight, as you guys know. He's been busy with work, and so he couldn't make it today. Wolfgang, what do you have on wrist, my friend?
Panerai.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
nice.
go. Very nice. Very nice. Your pool watch,
Yep.
as I've seen with your pictures. Joseph, hey there,
Hello,
bud.
sir. Hey, happy Tuesday, guys.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Just hanging out and got the vintage Super Kentucky today.
Very, very nice. Very nice. I'm going to skip Marcus at the moment because we got something that I want to segue and talk about. I got the new, new to me, the Aquadive Poseidon GMT
Cool.
with a nice little ISO frame, nice little
really
vanilla.
Cool watch.
It totally is. It doesn't, however, scratch the Doxa itch though. I thought it might.
That's surprising.
But it doesn't. You know, I still want a Doxa one day. One day. It's not gonna be the first or second or third, fourth watch that I go get.
Yeah.
You know, but
I keep seeing Colin's pictures of the turquoise carbon fiber, and I feel like that's a way more badass watch than the OP41 turquoise Tiffany. Like that's a badass watch.
Yeah.
Agree.
And doesn't command the badass price, right?
Yeah, like it's just a way better looking watch with the carbon fiber and the turquoise. It's just way better looking.
Yeah.
So you bought this, Bobby? I thought you had it on loan or something. I didn't know you bought another watch.
Well, I mean, it found its way to my collection. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
For now. But very, very grateful, and it's just fun. It's a really, really fun watch.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Marcus,
Yeah.
how are you, my friend?
Good.
What do you got on wrist today?
So I've got the new 226570. Where's it? There we go.
Okay, so
that's the updated movement, March release, no phantom hands,
yeah.
3285, 70-hour power reserve. Yeah.
So, how do you feel about it?
It was kind of. This is a watch that like Joanne came through for me and got it for me.
Yeah.
We've got like she's like besties with one of the Rolex people, so it's good.
Nice. Very nice.
So, but we have a standing like wish list with them. So her friends got a wish list that, and she follows what's coming up. And my wish list was actually the white dial. But when we got a call for the black dial, at this point like it's stupid. You just can't say no to any stainless steel Rolex. Like it's not even stainless steel sports anymore. It's just any stainless steel Rolex. Like when steel Datejust are going over lists, like you just can't say no because A, you're leaving money on the table potentially, and B, it's like you call and they call and you say no, they won't call you again probably.
Yeah.
It's gotten to that point. So a bit of an unexpected ad. I don't know how long it's going to stay in the collection. Not because it's a bad watch. It's a very solid watch. It's a watch that I've looked at for a long time. But the fact is, we have two GMTs already in the collection, and they're both black dials. So this is like the third black dial Rolex GMT that have gone in the collection. So in theory, it was out the door already, kind of like after 6 months. But now that I've got it on wrist, it looks a little bit different. I really like the steel bezel with the filled in numbers. Like it's a very nice contrast to the ceramic bezel.
Yeah.
And it's the orange pops. So I think I'm going to slow play it a bit. Not make any decisions probably this calendar year. A couple of things I've thought about keeping this. Number one. Number two is maybe like selling it in 2022. And the reason why I might sell it is because I'm kind of looking at the Blue Dial Yachtmaster. So I don't know whether that's, if I can get that at list, it's about even money with this, whatever I can get for this on gray, right? So the Yachtmaster is something that I've always looked at.
Yeah.
That was the first Rolex I actually gravitated to before I knew anything about weightless and all that. That's the first one that really stood out to me in the catalog.
Yeah.
So that's the one that I looked at and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. Before I knew about the Hulk hype, I knew about all the superhero watches and all the the beverage watches. That's kind of the one that really stood out to me, was the Blue Dial Yachtmaster. So I don't know what to do with this yet. Like for now, I think I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to go back into the box for now because I'm having my Panerai month. But maybe in July it'll reemerge and see the light of day again, and I'll see how I feel about it.
Now, is the White Dial Explorer 2 a harder model to find, or
I think
not?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is right now. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But
so you wouldn't have known. It's not like the Black Dial came in. I got to take advantage of it because of all the things that you said before. Why you need to get it, or why you had to get it, and then like a week later, the White Dial shows up. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's happening. They haven't. I think they've only seen one or two Explorer, like the new Explorer 2s, and this is a boutique. This is a big boutique, and they've only seen a couple.
Gotcha.
And like I don't think you can pick and choose your dial color at this point.
Fair enough.
Unless you're Bear Clooney, I guess. But I'm not Bear Clooney, so I don't have that.
What's the one Rolex, if you would, if you just call an AD, pick whatever you want, what would that be?
That I can so we're talking about that I can afford.
You can basically afford everything.
If I could afford everything, then that gets really interesting. But like realistically speaking, it might be the Yachtmaster. That's why I'm thinking about shooting for that.
I hope you do that. I hope you get the opportunity, because the Yachtmaster, the one with the blue dial with that red seconds hand, is one of my favorite, or maybe the favorite Rolex. I mean, I have my little obsession with with a Submariner at one point, but I too gravitate towards that Yachtmaster. I've seen one in person, and it's just so blingy. It's so awesome. I mean, that blue pops. Yes, you do have the polished center links, but so what?
I'm kind of hoping that they go the Pepsi route and they put it on a Jubilee, because that would be something. Like if they put the Yachtmaster on a Jubilee, that becomes a no-brainer. Because I don't love the Oyster bracelet personally. I have a hard time getting a good fit for it. So if they put that on a Jubilee, then that's a no-brainer. And it would look fine on a Jubilee, I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because it doesn't have a polished steel bezel. It doesn't have ceramic. I think it's got that. I think it would look good. It would look really good on a Jubilee. Yeah. So
I'm with you. Now,
they could very well do that, right? In 2022,
they don't make it. What was that?
They could very well do that. Because they're kind of moving towards that, right? They've moved to Sky Dweller. They're moving their dressier sports pieces towards that. So,
what do you think their production numbers on? I mean, not like an exact number, but like they definitely don't make as many as they make subs, right?
If I had to guess, of the professional line, the Yachtmaster 1 and the Yachtmaster 2 would probably be the least, along with the Air King.
That watch looks really good on a rubber bead too. That watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Yeah, my wife, you guys know, right? She has it on a white rubber bead. But
Does
the,
she's got the rhodium,
Oh,
right?
nice.
the rhodium, yeah.
Yeah, but the rhodium looks just as good. I just like blue
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah,
I've
go
got
for it.
I've got my gray Moser, so I think
Yeah.
I'm grayed out.
Yeah.
Great watch, yeah.
You know,
You can just pick that up for retail anywhere, pretty much, right?
Probably, yeah. So that's what we're talking about. Is
Yeah.
what am I going to do with this Explorer 2? Because for if I were to sell it this year, but I'm not sure. I kind of do like it. I don't want to make a hasty decision on this.
I think the Yachtmaster would fit you a lot better. Now, I don't know how the Explorer 2 fits you, but I assume it's on the larger side. And the Yachtmaster is such a nice, sleek, curvy case. I think it would really fit you well.
It's not too bad, and
Yeah.
I think that now that I've got this, but now that I've got the Explorer 2 on wrist, it's got enough visual cues that I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued, even with owning 2 ceramic GMTs.
Yeah.
It's one of the watches that, if somebody asks me, a one watch person, not someone like us, it's the watch that probably comes up the most as my advice.
Explorer 2, yeah, I can see that.
Basically, everything what you need.
Yeah. It looks really utilitarian. It's not too blingy either, right? Because everything's brushed. There's no ceramic. Everything's brushed. It's got a black dial.
but again, you have 2 other GMTs.
Yeah, that's the sticking point.
Yeah. Although you could just run the table and get all the dual
Get 'em
time
all.
GMTs.
I was kidding with them. I was just like, you guys have sold me everything except the Sky Dweller. Like, let's move on that.
Which Sky Dweller you want? I mean,
personally, I like the white. I like
White's
the white
nice.
dial. I like the white dial.
It's really nice.
If I were to pick one, it would be the white.
even if you could get the blue.
That would be it. Like I would have to keep it.
I mean, forget the money. You know,
I would have to keep the watch. Yeah, I'd probably get the white.
No selling.
No.
I'd get the blue. But I like the white a lot too.
But the white's nice. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Let's run through the chat for a little bit and then get back on topic. We have hey Megan is first. AZ Clayton, what is up? Hi Chaz, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. Engineer Wannabe, speaking of recent pickups. Sanjay just picked up an Omega.
Every week.
Yeah, every week he's picking up. Right? That's every week he's picking up.
But he flipped something, right? He flipped something.
Yeah, the tutor. I think he got rid of the tutor.
That's a great upgrade.
Yeah.
No offense to the Blue Bay, but like I think the Black Bay OG has a bit of charm to it, but with the Blue Bay, I think just cut it.
Yeah. Before we keep going, Colin, how are you, man? Thanks for joining us.
Good, man. How are you?
What do you have on wrist today? Got to do a wrist check for you.
Got the overseas again.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I wear it a lot.
Good.
A lot. Yeah.
BDev, how are you, sir? Marceau, thank you for joining us. Paul is here. ID guy, how are you, sir? Bruce, what is up? Scrolling. It just skipped on. It just jumped on me at the chat. Okay. Sorry guys if I missed you. Time Hill, Explorer 2 for Yachtmaster. It would be a hard call. I think it might be a lot easier for Marcus because Marcus has the GMTs, right? I mean, I think it might be. Otherwise, you really have to like the Yachtmaster to make the deal, and I think you do. And I think you know. The YM is a fancy version of the sub, really a great option for females that want to take it up another notch for a more dressier piece. And they make the 37, right? The 37. So
I don't think they make the blue in 37 though.
I think you're right. I don't think they make it in.
They don't.
Caliber is here. Yeah, White Sky Dweller.
Sanjay lying in the chat. You saw that?
What was that?
He's lying in the chat.
I'm done now, guys. He says.
I'm done, guys. No more flipping. Right. No more flipping this week. Gotcha. No problem.
Yeah.
Nilo, hey there.
wait till he gets offered a 925 Black Bay 58. He might.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very, very. Joe's wearing the Pelagos. What's up, Joe? How are you? Roar the Tiger is here. And but Megan has a two-tone sky driller with a champagne dial, but to be honest, I hardly wear it on special occasions or evenings. Okay. And Young XLNC, how are you? Thanks for joining us this evening. So you're gonna hold on to it for a little while, Marcus.
Yeah, probably for the calendar year.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I think my AD, the associate there, she went through a lot to get it from me. So I out of respect, I'm just gonna hold on to it for a little while.
Sure. I've never had like any kind of like relationship within a Rolex AD. So would it be perfectly acceptable by the end of the year you going up to them and say, hey, I don't think this one's for me. When you get a Yachtmaster, would we? Well, you'd probably actually sell the Explorer.
I wouldn't. Right? I wouldn't say anything about selling the Explorer. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just buy the.
But okay. So let's say it's an even swap. Let's say like it was an even swap money wise, right? The Explorer 2 and the Yachtmaster. Is it completely appropriate to go to the authorized dealer or the boutique and say, I want to trade this in for that?
No, it's not. It's not even money anymore, right? Because
you won't get the value.
You won't get the value. You'd have to sell it privately. But one thing is even money is like I would have to private sell it and then buy
the
idiot sticker. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep them all.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
I have a very supportive significant other, so she's not pressuring me to sell anything right now. So.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Wolfgang's slogan: "Keep them all," or just keep them all.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. So I mean, chat. If you have any kind of topics you want us to talk about, please put that in the chat box or ask us any questions. As Wolfgang has told me before the stream started that he would answer any questions. I just totally made that up. But he would answer any questions you have.
Wife is right. So some questions are off topic.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Like which how many watches Wolfgang's gonna get in Las Vegas?
Know what questions, but
okay. So let me pull a couple of releases. I can't find. I know the new Oris came out, right? With a smaller size. I'm looking at the moment right here in monochrome, and Hodinkee. I don't see anything popping up on it though. But anyway,
there was some stuff.
Yeah, block to watch. I saw.
Okay.
Watch time.
Block to watch. Let's see here.
Looks exactly like.
Yep. Okay. Let me share my screen.
I'm wearing a douchey Breitling hat.
Nice.
Okay, so a smaller version with the caliber 400. What do you guys think? Any thoughts other than the same thoughts you had with the 43?
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Their colors are a little too punchy for me, but
they're getting a little boring, I think.
It is boring.
Yeah.
They chose the right colors to launch the new size though. Those are probably the three most popular colors.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
I've never seen them in person. Are they that vibrant in person?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, especially the teal and the green. The green is really nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
They're nice watches. I like them.
Yeah. I like it. Again, I think when they did the cherry one in 41.5, I really like the size. And given the thickness, because it's almost 13, a full 13 millimeters thick. So too thick for the 39, and the 43 may be too big for some wrists. So, they hit the sweet spot here, and finally cramming the in-house caliber in it with a 10-year warranty. I mean, it's a great move to set them up for the future.
I still don't love Oris.
Yeah.
I know that's just me, right?
Yeah.
I want to really love Oris. But I just I don't know. There's a couple times where I saw a couple, like, the pointer dates are nice, and I thought about it, for a good time, but I just never pulled the trigger on it. And I'm sure it's a good quality brand with heritage, and they make great watches, I'm sure, and people seem to love them. I just can't do it. I don't know. Nothing against Oris. It's just whatever they put out, it just doesn't
I agree with you.
wow me. So
I agree totally.
Yeah, you're very close to the money, so
Yeah.
I root for them as a brand, but again, I can't pull the trigger myself. It's tough because you're fighting with the Longines divers under the price, and then right at that price point, you're looking at Breitling. Even though they've got they don't have the in-house. You're looking at the Super Ocean, and you're looking at the Tudors with the in-house. It's tough.
Even Marine Master 300.
Yeah.
Stefan has the pointer date. He says it's amazing. I'm sure it is. I know our friend Joe from Philly. He's got the Clemente, and I'm sure that watch is amazing too. Roy the Tiger, this doesn't do anything for him. Caliber is saying, I'm kind of with Bobby. I used to like Oris when they were sponsored the Williams F1 team, but these days not so much. Yeah, I think I'm with you, Sands. I've also, if that came close to any buying an Oris, it was the bronzed pointer date, but still not close enough to actually do it. But that's the only one I really thought. Andreas,
I think it's like
a
gateway type of brand, isn't it? Like
I could see that. Sure. Yeah.
No question.
Yeah, it's exactly the one, like if a friend is getting started and they ask you, what should I get for my $2,000 or $3,000? The safest choice is Oris, even though you wouldn't buy it for yourself.
Right. And so that's an excellent topic. What are some of these gateway brands, right? I mean, so I wouldn't recommend an Oris just because I've never had experience with it, right? So I would really have a hard time telling somebody to go spend $2 or $3 grand in Oris and recommend it. I would say maybe, hey, listen, why don't you just check out some videos and go to an Oris boutique and check them out for yourself. Maybe that's a possibility. But Seiko is probably another one of these brands, right, that maybe is a gateway brand. Any other brands that you guys, when you guys first started collecting, kind of gravitated to and then quickly or not so quickly moved on?
Hamilton for sure. I've owned a few Hamiltons in my day. And Longines. Yeah, I never owned a Longines, and Seiko, the ultimate gateway.
Yeah.
Mechanical watch. I mean, that's because you can just ride the Seiko train all the way up to the point where you go, what the hell have I done? I have too many Seikos.
Right.
But
it's actually kind of cool. I like stuff like that when folks have 50 Seikos and know everything about them.
Yeah. Well, I feel a little bad for those guys, but
but they're happy.
Yeah. Oblivious and happy.
You kind of have to be careful what you say around Kevin S, because he just really remembers. He's got He's like Pepperidge Farms. He remembers.
Tag is not a good gateway watch. That is a watch. You need to know what you are doing if you are going to buy a tag, or else you're going to get screwed.
But I bet you a lot of people have used tag as a gateway watch because,
Yes.
especially in the late '90s, early 2000s, when they just ruled marketing, right? They were everywhere, golf tournaments, everywhere. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy. Like that's all the only brands I knew were like Rolex and Tag. You know.
Yeah, Quartz Tag was my only watch for at least 10 years or something.
Yeah.
I know people who are not. I can think of my cousin and a couple of other guys that I know that are not into watches but want to watch, and they're like, "Oh, Tag Carrera,
Tag."
Yeah.
Dude, when I was 18, if you had a Tag, you were the man.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Guys, the Carrera's not a bad looking watch.
It's
like the Carrera.
Yeah.
It's a solid
I
watch.
like the Carrera. I like the Monaco.
I love the Monaco.
And that's not me just saying it because Paul's here. I tell Paul what I think about his watches all the time.
Neil has a 1992 Tag.
But again, Marcus, you know that the Carrera is a nice watch, and you know that you like it. Like if you were just coming up, you could very easily buy something else from Tag.
That's true.
Yeah.
Andres woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Oris and Tag also sucks. Wow.
Yeah. But
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Andres. I'm kidding.
You guys got it totally pegged. I think Wolfgang, he brought up the Tourneau in Vegas, right? At the forums before, and a few years ago, that was kind of where I went to get my first bite of the of the Apple in terms of Swiss luxury watches, and the counters. Or the displays that I was spending the most time at were just getting started were Oris and Longines and Tag. So yeah.
I actually bought my brother a Oris for his when he finished graduated medical school. It was on a closeout. It was a closeout. So it was brand new in box. It was brand new in box. But he loves it. He's still wearing it. He wore it throughout residency.
Nice.
He works throughout residency, and he gets complimented on it by patients in Singapore, so that's not bad.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You saddled your brother with a closeout freaking thing for graduating?
Well done.
Hey, at least I got him something. Nobody got me anything.
Which Oris?
It was the titanium Carlos Coast.
I don't know what that is.
46.
Ooh, nice.
Big.
Yeah,
big
it was
boy.
like yeah. I don't know. If it went like I tried it on and he let me try it on. It was really it felt like solid, man. Like the build quality was solid.
No, I'm just teasing you.
Nice. That's big.
Does he have the deep stream?
No, that's his twin.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the one with the Oris is a cheap brother who doesn't buy any watches.
Oh, okay.
Like he talks about buying Explorer 2, but he hasn't. My other brother has the Vacheron Deep Stream.
Gotcha.
How many doctors are in your family, Mark?
Yeah, it is a sweet watch.
2. Well, my brother was a Deep Stream. He's in finance. So it's just me and one of my brothers.
Your parents must be really, really proud how you guys turned out, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's iffy.
What, they wanted 3 doctors in the family?
Yeah, probably could have been a neurosurgeon or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
BDev, I can't even pull that one up. The Graham Fortress Mono Pusher Chrono, very toxic.
That sounds pretty toxic.
That sounds pretty toxic. I don't think we should do it. Let's not do it.
No, thank you. That's fine with me.
I think I've seen it somewhere.
I mean, Graham.
No, that's not that bad.
It doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, for Graham.
For a hot second, I used to look at Graham's. I'm glad I moved along.
That's just Panerai that got tossed into toxic mutating ooze. That's the way I think of Graham.
It's like the pin you pop, yeah.
Looks like Clandestine Luxuries telling you, Marcus, you should have bought him a Casio World Time. It's a better watch.
Ooh,
Hot take.
tough.
I don't. Rob, pull up a picture of the Carlos Costa. It's not a bad looking watch. It's
probably
it's
fine.
black
It's
and
good.
orange.
Carlos,
Coste Mark IV.
Yeah, the
Titanium.
orange markers.
a
enhance.
limited edition 4?
Yeah. Yeah, the Mark IV limited edition.
Okay, no problemo.
Keep in mind, I didn't have to buy him anything. He's an adult. He graduated from med school.
That's funny.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, let's see here. Which one, Carlos? Is it this one? I'm trying to get a good picture of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, don't go to the shop. Scroll down a bit.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
You're looking at like shopping.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
It's a nice gift, Marcus, no question.
Mhm.
Yeah, good job. There it is. Okay. Oh, I know that one. Yeah, that's cool.
It's terrible. I mean, good for
I'm
you.
I'm
And
a
good for-
sucker for orange, man. I like orange.
Yeah. It's
World Timer,
titanium.
maybe.
It's titanium.
No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I'm sure it's a fantastic watch for a doctor.
What a very nice thing to do as a brother.
Very nice thing. Yeah.
I wish I had a brother so I could do the same.
You have me.
We could be like friggin' the movie Twins.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger and DeVito. I don't know if you know that one.
Schwarzenegger's like the national hero where Wolfgang's from. Of course he knows that movie.
I know the movie, but it's not really that big in Austria, actually. He was bigger in the States than in Austria.
Ah, okay.
But still, I mean, everybody knows him, of course.
Chris is saying Oris watches always felt soulless to me. Can't explain it. It's like a non-watch person describe a sub to you. Okay, let's. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to bash Oris here. I mean, I'm sure it's a really.
That's not a terrible description, though.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not. How do you get anything out of your pocket when wearing a gram? That's a good point. Very good point. Sanjay, it's actually a very generous gift. I don't think Sanjay's ever said anything bad to anybody in his whole
Sanjay's
life.
too nice.
No.
He's just too nice.
He should give his good friend an Oris.
Me?
Yeah, that's right.
Like
That's
oil
right.
money.
Yeah.
That's suggesting.
Get a Chopard. New green Carrera Green chronograph limited edition is really nice.
It is it's pretty nice, actually. I'm coming around to it.
Stefan, I got my brother Young Hands and he didn't even like it.
What a dick.
Your brother has good taste.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, for the uninitiated, Young Hands is a definitely. It's not for everybody, right?
Yeah.
That Bauhaus style is definitely not for everybody. So Stefan, you took a little bit of a risk, but hopefully, maybe he gave it to you. You know, I mean, I do like Young Hands. Cullen and Wolfgang could do a whole watch series together, Chrono Bros. I like that.
Yeah.
I totally like that.
But I don't like chronographs.
Well, I mean, well,
I thought you were gonna say I don't like Colin, but
yeah.
I like chronographs. I don't like chronographs.
Everybody's definitely not a Bulbasaur. Okay. Carreras were pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like speaking of sort of Panerise, yeah. So speaking of Carreras, and I want to go back to that video that you guys probably don't want to talk about, and that's with Teddy and Mitch Swartz.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little bit of a discussion within us privately about who really won that, and that little competition. And for me, I mean, Mitch lost it. It wasn't that Teddy won it, although that VC is beautiful. Mitch lost it with the poor selection of the Monaco, the wrong model.
He did pick the wrong one.
That really burned me up.
He
Yeah.
picked the wrong one, but I cannot believe that you picked the 1921 historique Vacheron and you still lose. His other picks were so bad.
Yeah,
He had the best watch out of every single watch in the thing,
Mhm.
and he still lost because his other picks were horrible.
they were the most vanilla watches, and then he added a Nomo shitter at the end. So that's what lost it for me.
I beg your pardon.
And Mitch's were interesting. Mitch has actually made a cohesive collection, even though he should have picked the caliber 11 Monaco. But
Well, maybe it wasn't there. Let's be fair. Maybe it wasn't there. I would hope that he would know not to pick.
Mitch seems
pick
like
the 11.
such a nice guy.
He totally is.
Jeez.
He totally is.
Yeah.
Somebody here. I saw a question for the chat. BDev asked the guys how they feel about single hand watches.
What's that?
Like Meister Singer.
Like Meister Singer.
Oh, Singer.
Not for me.
Yeah, no thanks.
Weird.
It's nah. I mean, I like having. I don't like two-hand watches, so I mean,
Even
unless it's Wolfgang's Longa, but that's about the only one I like.
Yeah, that's a little weird too.
Yeah,
not having a second hand.
Or I guess the Kadoka is a two-hander, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that one too. Maybe I'm wrong.
So Nomos versus Oris.
Oris.
Nomos.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Wolfgang. I think I'm gonna have to go Nomos. Nefarian, it's like dating a girl with one arm. Sure, you can, but why?
I'm sure it's nothing like that.
Oh man,
maybe she has a good personality.
Man, I was all right. Nope, gonna hold that one back.
Bobby, this is where your channel gets canceled because there's no way we could have reacted to that comment appropriately on either end.
Yeah,
This channel's getting canceled. It was a nice run.
Yeah, it was all right.
I had a story too, and I'm just not gonna.
You have a story?
Don't do it.
We can make up our own story.
So, Bobby, good topic. Impressions of Garrick watches. Now, so we've talked about them in these chats, in these live streams, quite a lot over the past, I would say, 6 months, right? And so I'm watching Tim Masso's Monday show, and then he mentions it, and I'm like, oh.
Now they're gonna go crazy.
Now they're gonna go crazy, and now
I don't think so. He's got to pimp him up for a while. He's got.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get a one show bump kind of thing.
Yeah, but you know what? I think people are so starved, right? They've been told that independent watches are the way to go for the last year and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them now are becoming a little bit harder to get. Taking a little while, right? Or almost impossible, right? You're almost getting there with Line A now, right? And now he throws in Garrick.
Well, Garrick is still it's already a 4 to 5 month wait for a Garrick S4. It's priced well, in my opinion. Out of the genre, the kind of 5,000 to 8,000 euro kind of price range, I think Garrick is in the top, 2, 3, in my opinion. I love their hands. I love their guilloche. I love their styling, even though it's kind of, a take on the Breguet style. I mean, I've looked at them extensively and I've been close, but haven't pulled the trigger. So
I think I'm okay with the Garrix becoming a little bit unreachable. I'm not going to start pearl clutching until like Habring gets the gets that treatment where like you can't get them.
Yeah.
I'm okay until Habring. You're not able to get a Habring.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not that Garrick that they posted with the pink frosted dial.
Mhm.
It's pretty nice, even though it's pink, and I'm not usually into pink. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It works.
Calibers, I've been watching the independent German watches that Watch Buy sells for a few years now, and they couldn't give them away
Yeah.
before, and now they're sold out and hard to get. Absolutely, Caliber. I've been watching it too for a few years, and it's so true because I know because when I was ready, they were either impossible to get or it was just gonna take a long time to get, and I was really and they were getting more expensive. So it's not that it's just getting harder to get. They're getting more. The prices of these are going up. You know.
Yep.
Why is
So.
the social media or what's going on?
Well, yeah, I mean, so I think more people are talking about it, right? I think maybe not being able to get the Rolex you want for MSRP has a certain effect, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Watches in general are going up in price as well. And so people are trying to find something of value, of artistic creativity, maybe more hands-on experience with the watchmaker that you cannot get with the bigger brands, and that's been snowballing over the last year and a half. And now I think it's getting to a point now where, like we're seeing with some of these smaller brands, the German independent watchmakers and others, that the wait times on these watches are longer and prices are going up, and deservingly so.
And people are trying to find the next thing as well. So I think
Absolutely.
part of this is fueled by the overall increase in the price of watches, especially on the secondary market, where you see Joran's going crazy, you see Gronfeld's going crazy, you see all these indies starting to go crazy and them selling out. So people are looking for the next thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I mean, I was a little ticked off earlier today about this, but it's kind of the Watchbox effect, honestly. And like, listen, I love Watchbox. Their content is fantastic. Tim Moss, like if I'm gonna buy a watch, I go and I see what Tim reviewed,
Yeah.
he's reviewed that watch and he's told you every single thing about that watch. He's a wealth of knowledge. And they continuously put out content. But at the same time, they've driven this hype machine, and we saw what they just did with De Bethune. Well, I don't know if people saw it, but so De Bethune, basically, they had, say, a dozen watches on their website all the time for De Bethune. All of a sudden, one day, 2-3 weeks ago, they disappeared. Nothing at all. They didn't sell them, right? So they sat there without anything. And then all of a sudden today, they pop back up. A dozen of them end up on the site, and the prices are double what they used to be.
Yeah.
Like, it's market making at its finest, right? It's like, that's exactly what they're doing. And of course, they start pumping out the videos. Tim's talking about De Bethune all the time in his videos and how great they are. And look at this, look at that. They're pumping up the price of them, and what it's doing it's fueling this whole market hysteria, and everyone's looking for the next thing. I better buy a Garrick before they go crazy because Tim just mentioned it.
Yeah.
And it's like I love the watch box, but you have to ask the question: are they actually good or bad for the hobby?
Yeah.
And it could be both, because they've helped drive all this up. They've helped drive this market like the way it's going.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, you have to know your own taste, and you can't get caught up in the wave. Like I have a lot of respect for Amin. Like I think that it's not going to be a rising tide lifting all ships. And I think if you know what you like, you'll be okay, because you would have, if you really liked Debethune, you would have bought before.
Well, yes and no. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't have 60 grand sitting around to buy yellow tones.
Yeah.
And now I definitely don't have 95 grand to buy yellow tones, because that's what it is now. And the last one they had was 56, and now it's 95, like in the matter of months. So it's frustrating. Like, eventually I would have liked to have saved up or got to the point where I could buy that watch. And now it's like, well, missed that boat.
Yeah.
But there's
Hey,
other stuff
Detroit's
you like. There's other stuff you like.
Yeah.
Yes, there's always something else. There is always something else.
Exactly.
And there's a weird gap at 8 to 15 grand now. If you think about it, that's probably why we're seeing Garrick and Line and all those guys.
That's a good point.
Is because Rolex occupied that gap, but Rolex is unattainable now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people are having and Blancpain is not doing anything to step into that gap. Neither is JLC. I don't think people are okay paying 15 grand for an Omega.
No.
And definitely not for Tudor. So there's that gap.
Zenith.
Yeah. So that 8 to 15 grand is kind of wide open. And
it's a good point.
So it's a landing spot for these independents.
Indies.
Yeah. And that's where Kudoka is pushing into, smartly so. And I think Grand Seiko is going to try and get into that as well. But they're not going to succeed cresting that 15 grand. I don't think there's enough traction there at that price point. But I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Megan is saying, how about the new G-Shock to compete with Apple's watch? Megan, throw in a reference number on that when you can, so I can pull it up. Detroit Sparks here. Engineer One, thanks, Sanjay. Appreciate it. Thanks again, Marcus, for leading me to the NetCon. I want to get him, got to get that story. See if there's any car crashes along the way. Kevin S. agree. Everybody wants to find that next FP Journe. Alex has been pondering the Patrick Felix Fujurians.
Do it.
I don't think Tim is going to be talking about the next FP Journe though. You're probably looking at like Peterman Badat or something like that. It's going to be the next FP Journe, and that's not going to make it because those guys right now are too low volume.
And none of these guys in that 10 grand range are making anything that's at the level of FP Journe, right? They're using Unitas movements and stuff like that. And I mean, you could make an argument for Kudoka eventually. I think they'll branch outward and well, maybe not. I don't know, Joe, but I would hope that they would spread their wings a little more and do something a little more out there.
So if you're looking for the next FP Journe, it's probably Peterman Badat or Brevet Nudo. That's going to be one of those two. It's like that's so if you're thinking Garrick's going to be the next FP Journe now.
So Megan's opinion is that Watchbox is bad for the collector if you jump on the Watchbox wave, but if you have already had the watches before they started putting them in the vault, then your collection appreciates in value.
I believe you call that the Rick Remiker effect. The Rick Remiker phenomenon.
Yep.
Yeah, he well, I think Rick just
he knows how to pick him, man.
He knows how to pick him. He knows he's got the timing.
Yeah.
I think that was part of his professional career, probably. I would imagine. So, the long history of doing it. So, Joe saying, I'm surprised that IWC Paul Weber doesn't get more interest. Looks like a Debethune version of his artwork.
It's popped up a lot lately.
Yes,
I feel like actually.
I
think people are starting to push it. Yeah.
Here's my thought on the Paul Weber. It doesn't have the scrolling minutes, and it doesn't have the finishing, and that's where you run into an issue.
Yep.
And that's why, it's
for mid to high 20s. It's a tough.
I think it's an appropriately priced watch. I don't think it deserves any more accolades than it's already gotten. It's an excellent watch. It's respected by sort of the IWC brand enthusiast, but again, I don't think it's overrated by any stretch of the imagination.
Kevin is saying is that Watchbox pushed the VCs overseas hard back in the day.
They did.
A while back. I don't remember that.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.
Well, and guys, don't forget that Watchbox in Europe is basically a non-issue. So there's Watchfinder, there's local companies, big ones that you have never heard of. So it's not that easy for the one company to basically do anything. They managed to do it with Shorn because the Europeans didn't care about Shorn whatsoever. All the pre-owned stores that I follow, they never even had one.
Yeah.
They probably know it, but they don't care. Same
Watchbox owned them all. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah. So with very small brands, I'm sure they can make it different. But the pre-owned market I know Europe, but I'm sure it's in Asia or China or where Watchbox in the overall market is tiny.
I've actually heard that, like Watchbox is starting to push Longa a lot, and the pricing that they're putting on Longa is actually, not the same kind of pricing that you see in Europe and in those countries where the used market, the actual realized prices of sales are much lower in Europe than they are what Longa is fetching in North America. And it's almost like there's a disconnect there.
I haven't checked up on it, but with the dollar and euro moved quite substantially, in the last year, and so you always have to consider the exchange rate. But I noticed that with the current exchange rate, watches, I don't know about the Lange situation, but watches are cheaper in the US now than in Europe. For example, I think there was the red dial Moser, the Pioneer, the red dial. And I asked in Austria and in the US for the retail price. And if you consider the exchange rate, there's almost $2,000 difference.
Yeah. It's like a 10%. It's like a 10% spread, right? Right now.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Which might be, they might do something about it because they don't really like that situation. They usually correct it pretty fast.
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Well, the value of the US dollar's dropped, right, against
the euro,
the euro and the Canadian dollar too.
Yeah.
It's
So I think so. You see some of that reflection. So when Caliber was had brought up about watch buys and seeing some of these German independent watches, and now people are buying them up, the pricing has gone up. And I remember the watch that I bought, the Jaeger and Benzinger. It was new 6 months ago. It was around 3,800. Now if you go on that site, it's 4,340. And I asked them why the price increase, and they were saying it's because the euro has gotten much stronger, and so that's why the price had gone up $500, which is I don't know, you could do the math, whatever, how many percentage that is of 3,800. So
it's a little weird because consider, we have travel restrictions now, but you could basically go to Vegas, pay for the flight, spend a week there, pay for the hotel, and buy the Moser there and have the same money.
Yeah.
So in the long term, they can't let that happen.
Has anyone here bought a watch from Watchbox? Their pricing seems to target the watch fan that has more money than time.
I have not.
Yeah.
You can negotiate on those prices though, right?
I could match a little, I bought my Moser there.
Mm-hmm.
They are definitely, excuse me?
I bought one as well. Sorry, go ahead.
They're definitely on the high end. I think if you look at Chrono, they're usually on the higher end. But then you get the 2-year warranty and the no headache thing. So it's definitely more expensive than other deals you could find. But I would, I only buy at these big ones, either Tourneau pre-owned, which is Bucherer now, or Watchbox, or anything where I don't have any kind of thought that it's fake, or when something happens, I just return it and don't care.
Yeah.
So I'll rather pay a little more.
Yeah.
So it's definitely on the expensive side, I think.
I bought my my reverso. So I got a new old, like the blue dial reverso that I flipped. It was a new old stock. I negotiated, I think it was like 8 points on it. And it was definitely cheaper than what I would have been able to get at any AD in Canada, to be honest. So I think there is some value in looking at, you need to look at what Govberg has, the brands Govberg has, and if you can find like a new old stock piece that, you know, they just pushed over to Watchbox, there's some value in that, because I got the full 8-year warranty with that, and I think I got, like, it was 33 points off a new a brand new unworn reverso that was just marked as new old stock. I don't know, like, I think reversos are getting a little more hot now, especially because they've been pushing them. But if you look at what other brands they carry, and, you know, if you can get lucky, you might be able to get a good price on it, especially with the low US dollar now.
Joe says he got almost 20% off of most of them. So that surprises me, but it's good to hear.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a big.
So then, you know, if that's
that's
the case, exactly, that's my point. If that's the case, and, you know, at least for half or some of their inventory, if they give 20 off, suddenly the prices with all their background is very competitive.
Yeah.
Okay. Good observation, Dan. Marcus does have great Wi-Fi today. I don't think we've had a single drop.
It's nice having them for the whole show.
Marcus, did you change location, or did
No,
you upgrade service? Or
I'm stealing Joanne's MacBook. I'm stealing it off my iPhone. So I'm stealing
Joanne's standing behind the computer with like an antenna and like,
something like that. She's off screen.
Yeah. Tinfoil hat on. Oh, VIP client.
Yeah,
VIP for Joe. Yeah,
nice. So that always helps too.
Yeah.
Low energy? Yeah, you think so? All right.
All right. See ya.
All right.
It's about time to wrap it up. Anyway.
Joe, did you pick up those watches? I assume you picked up those watches
Yeah.
in person, right, Joe?
Yeah.
AZ Clayton steal the MacBook every stream going forward.
So it's a MacBook fund. It's not a Wi-Fi fund.
Yeah.
Watchbox will negotiate, but nothing crazy, and it depends on the watch. Good luck getting 20% off of any desirable wallet. Yeah.
Right. Not on a Rolex. I mean, you know the pricing on Rolex, though. So
right.
It's the other stuff.
I sometimes wonder, you know, maybe Colin or you guys might have an idea about it. Would you get a discount at an AD for a new Rolex, you know, for some kind of diamond piece, or if you spend like 300,000 there every year?
On a diamond piece? A lot of the diamond high-end stuff like that are actually extremely in demand. Like they're very expensive, but they actually are worth a lot more than what you pay.
Unless you're buying like a Pearl Master.
Yeah, if you're buying like a Pearl Master, then I would expect some sort of discount.
Maybe some ladies' pieces, you know, for the big spend, discounted.
Certain ones, yeah, I would think so. And I would imagine if you're, you know, dropping 300, 500, $1 million a year, they'd probably help you out.
Yeah,
I would hope so.
James Reason probably knows.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want. I always
for me, no, I'm not getting a discount.
Same for me.
I sort of got 5% off of this.
Yeah, you did.
Because the the mall gift cards, there was a 5% cash back, and the Rolex accepted cash back. So
yeah, nice.
5% discount.
Marcus got coupons.
Stainless, yeah, I bought a coupon.
Excellent.
That's how cheap I am.
Coupons.
Excellent. Well, guys,
I would have did the same, so I can't laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, totally. Do what you can. More power to you, man. Well, guys, we're at an hour, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Rebel stream, I feel like, was a success.
Sort of. It depends on your definition of success.
Thanks, Marcus. I'll take that as a compliment.
I'll be back from Vegas next time, so that's my news.
Nice.
What was the first 3 words you just said?
I'll be back.
Okay.
Get to the show part.
So Friday you'll be coming to us from Vegas, Wolfgang.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll be there Friday.
Friday I'm there. Yeah.
I'll try and make it Friday, but it'll be
116.
So you'll definitely be indoors for sure.
Oh yeah.
Which watch stores you hitting for sure?
Yeah. Good question.
I can't buy anything, so
You're not even gonna go look?
yeah, of course I'm gonna go look and take pictures and everything. There's a guy coming that you know, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say. So I'm.
Is
not
he bringing
saying.
barbecue?
No.
Oh, it's a different guy then.
So I'll definitely go some shopping with him.
Cool.
And keep you guys posted with pictures of anything interesting that we see.
Can we get another one of you begging to get into the store?
I don't know, because the girl left.
Played out.
So,
Oh no! Seriously?
Yeah.
So did she take your relationship with it, like your Rolex AD relationship? Or?
She was my girl first at a store there, and then she left to Watches of Switzerland, where I took the picture. And so basically I started from scratch over there anyway, so it doesn't hurt that much anymore. But she's very, she was very nice and up for fun stuff, so we'll see.
Send all the toxic watches you try on the pictures to Amin, of course.
Yeah.
Don't send
Make
them
sure
to
you
us.
tag him.
The problem is I don't know what toxic watches are, because I like all of them that Amin likes, most of them at least.
So if you think that if you like a watch and you think Amin will like it, send that picture.
Okay, then it's basically
Good
70%
chance.
of what I like too.
Yeah, but you don't really buy those.
You don't own any toxic watches.
I kind of do, I think.
He's got a Nomos mark.
Nomos.
Nomos is probably high value now.
But that Nomos barely works. It didn't even last a year before they had to go back to the factory. That kind of shoddy workmanship I'd expect.
Go to the factory, the AD just fixed it himself, 10 minutes.
That's the kind of shoddy workmanship I expect from Nomos.
I'm sure I do have.
Yeah, and don't send me any Nomos pictures. I'll just block you. I'll just block you.
Oh, Kevin's on fire. Okay.
Marcus blocks without hesitation.
It doesn't matter. I'll send them to you guys and you forward them to him.
You'll block us.
The wife is kind enough to. Isn't it nice?
I like it. I like it.
Send it to Amin.
She likes it.
That's all that matters.
So that's good.
Joe at Watchwood JC. Joe, any updates on the RGM?
I think they still have my order. My money.
Dude, I couldn't do that, man.
No, actually, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know. I've been on a bracelet kick. So a couple of weeks, I never even ordered the RGM on bracelet originally, and I was getting it like bead blasted, which they don't typically do. But a couple of weeks ago, I just emailed and was like, "Hey, could you throw in a bracelet?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure." Like quoted me a price, and I was like, "Okay, get her with the bracelet too." So
bead blasted.
Yeah, bead blasted. So whenever it comes, probably late summer, probably around the same time as Amin's.
That'll look pretty sweet.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
We'll see. Nobody knows.
I don't know.
Rebel Luxury. Any pens on the way now?
There is a very, very special pen on the way. It's going to have to navigate the USPS postal service.
Good luck.
Okay.
But it's normally a pen that takes over a year to produce. But it came in, they had it in stock, and I jumped on it, and I'm waiting for it to come from Classic Fountain Pens in California. So
So how much money are you wasting? I mean, spending on pens?
It's not as much as you would expect.
Like a Nomos.
Yeah, it's less than a
That's
Nomos.
it.
But I'd rather have that than the Nomos.
It's not that bad then.
Yeah.
Well,
For-
I
for
hope you
something
get
that
it
someone-
soon.
For something
look
that someone worked for a year on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
pretty cool.
We'll do a Bobby Legs and Marcus stream with the pens and
Absolutely.
watch it at some point.
I can't wait for that one. I'm excited.
That
At
would be good.
_watches, Colin, anything
Yeah.
hockey
Not
this
much.
weekend coming up this week? A lot of hockey?
Yeah, I'm watching my Habs. They lost game 1. Got to watch them tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. Vegas looks good. I'm
Yeah.
a little.
Vegas looks really good.
Yeah, Vegas looks really good. I don't like our chances, but I'll still root for them. Hopefully they can. They've surprised me this year, so hopefully
They
can
have.
keep it up.
That's fair.
Well, guys,
But we beat the Leafs. That's all that matters, right, Marcus?
Yeah, everyone on that in that management team needs to be fired. Like Shanahan needs to be fired. Dubas needs to be
Dubas
fired.
for sure.
Dubas should be fired for sure.
Yeah.
Like otherwise they're not even trying anymore. Like that guy, I can't even. He's like the Justin Trudeau of GM. He's the worst. He just thinks he's so much smarter than he is.
Yeah. This stupid classes.
That sounds bad.
and that ends the Canadian discussion of the segment
Yeah.
of the stream. It only lasted 2 minutes. Guys, thank you for jumping onto the Rebel stream. Thanks to chat for participating, and we'll see you guys on Friday on the Bobby Legs Friday Night Watch stream. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, guys.